Hello everyone and welcome back to another live stream. Today we're going to be doing a very quick one, probably less than 30 minutes, but I want to quickly go through some of the Bitcoin news that we had over the past 24 hours. Also talk about the Libra coin scam rug pull, whatever you want to call it, from the Argentinian president. And I want to go through some RWA coins that I think are still good to buy into. That narrative is starting to grow and starting to grow more and more, obviously with Larry Fink pushing for tokenization very hard. I do think this is just a question of time. Now, this is also Monday. We usually don't stream on Mondays, but I do have a day off today, so I decided to go live. Let's go into the RWA narrative and let's go through some coins here. Obviously, Mantra, we mentioned this coin. We got into this at 78 cents on Patreon. I did end up taking profits between $3 to $4.50. But if you're still holding, then congratulations. But I don't think there is a lot of upside. Like, this is definitely not going to do a 10x from here. I would say Ondo is a better choice, even though there was a big unlock for Ondo, 25%, I believe, linear unlock. That is why the market cap went up. However, the next unlock will be in January 2026. So it's just once every year, with the final unlock coming in 2028. So I think Ondo is a better choice, but of course you can go with whatever you feel like or whatever you're more bullish on. Next up, we have VeChain. It's an older coin. I would definitely stay away from VeChain, if I'm being honest, unless you want a super safe coin. It has been underperforming extremely. It reminds me of the Multiverse chart, Multiverse X chart. So it's not the best one to be getting into. It has a bunch of centralized exchange listings. The tokenomics are doing good. 80 or 93% is pretty good, but I would stay away from VeChain. Algorand, I would say Algorand is a better pick. You have Injective. I'm very bullish on Injective. Quant is another one. This one is sitting at $1 billion market cap. I definitely look into Quant. I personally don't own any, and it did see a small V-shaped recovery here from the bottom. And it seems like Ethereum is starting to move up a little bit, which is a good sign for altcoins. But Quant is one of those bigger altcoins that everyone knows about, or a lot of people know about. But the thing to consider here is that this is a legacy coin. It has gone through a bull market before. So you want to be conservative with your price expectations. You've got Maker, IOTA. Axelar is another coin that you can look into. In my opinion, this is the one that would have most upside potential. It's a relatively new coin. It launched October 2022. That is around the time Bitcoin started bottoming out. So it hasn't gone through a full cycle yet. Now, in terms of tokenomics, this is a little bit not as good as you'd want it to be, but it's still very good. 917 million tokens out of 1.2 billion. Most of the supply is already in circulation, so it's not like you're getting a lot of tokens unlocked all the time. It's only 1.13% every month on the 26th, and it's linear unlocks. So that is pretty important to mention. So Axelar would be a coin I'm looking into. Binance, Bybit, Coinbase. In terms of centralized exchanges, you have Kraken, KuCoin, Upbit. So essentially anything you can think of, it has it. Even Binance US has that coin listed. In terms of Dexes, you also have it on Osmosis and you have it on PancakeSwap, but the volume on Dexes isn't doing very good. Next up, you have Synthetics, Track, Polyhedra. Polyhedra has a pretty aggressive unlock schedule, so I would probably stay away from Polyhedra, but Track is something I would look into. The market cap is very low, $200 million market cap. However, again, this is a legacy coin. So be careful getting into these coins that are older. They may not break. It's very likely that they're not going to be breaking their all-time highs. It's just probabilities. Most coins do not break their all-time highs in a new cycle. Another coin that we've been covering is Centrifuge. We've talked about this on Patreon on numerous occasions. And another one is Pinlink. So we actually got into this on Patreon. So this is some alpha for you. Pinlink is something that Alex Becker is bullish on as well. And Alex Becker, as you know, is very bullish on the AI sector in general. And this coin combines AI and DePIN in a way. And what I like about it is the tokenomics, 88% out in circulation, and you don't have a lot of centralized exchange listings. So you only have Mexi, Gate.io, BingX, and a few unknown ones. So this is a really good thing, because once we have more centralized exchange listings, this could actually start going hard. And if Alex Becker starts promoting or mentioning this coin, it could definitely start pumping. Next up, we have Maple, and Maple is something that Chico Crypto mentioned a few times. So actually, let me just check one thing. I think I forgot to add the thumbnail. Give me 1 second. Let me add the thumbnail. Because I think people get confused when there's no thumbnail and they don't click on the live stream. Should be there now. There we go. Another one is Ori Chain. This one we've kind of touched on Patreon. The market cap is very low. This is on ETH and Binance, but this has been through, well, it hasn't gone through a full cycle, right? It got listed literally in the middle of the bull market, and it went up to $106. But with the token dilution, obviously a lot more tokens were added into the circulation. Therefore, we are printing market cap all-time highs, as you can see per this chart, but we're definitely not going back up to those all-time high prices from 2021. And this does have a bit more centralized exchange listings in comparison to Pinlink, because Pinlink is a relatively new project, but this has been around for a few years. So it has even crypto.com, it has BitGet, it has KuCoin. So this is another contender for you to look into. Orion Protocol rebranded into Lumia, and now they're also an RWA coin or an RWA project. But I personally sold my coins, I believe, at one of these pumps here. So I took profit, and I don't have Lumia anymore. Relio is another one people talk about all the time. There's a lot of tokens really in here, especially if you start going in like below $10 million market cap, it gets very crazy. So make sure you do your own research. Don't buy into things just because you think they're going to do 100x. You have to do your research, look at the team, look at the partnerships. That's very important. So something like Ondo, I believe, is one of the most bullish coins with a mid cap, or you could say high cap market cap, because Liberty Finance, Trump's company, or Trump's affiliated crypto fund, is buying Ondo. And if you go to their website here, look who these guys have as investors. BlackRock. So this alone is huge. Okay. So I think in terms of risk to reward, Ondo has great potential. The token started trading in January 2024, so it's been just a year, and the chart looks really good. We have our all-time high at $2. So definitely look into Ondo. Quick shout out to PolkaNex. This seemingly is starting to come back to life after the whole FUD with their team. Now they have a new team, and I personally still hold my PolkaNex tokens. I bought them back in 2022, I think, and we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. I think they got delisted from did they get delisted from KuCoin? I'm not sure. I believe they got delisted from KuCoin. But let's see what this new team brings to the table. It seems that they're developing at the moment, and they're working on Polkadot 2.0. I think they changed the link to their website as well. But essentially, this is a DEX that acts like a centralized exchange on the Polkadot blockchain. So make sure to look into this, because the market cap is extremely low. If this pops off, even doing a 100x from here at $276 million market cap, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. If they do things right, this could definitely pump. And the supply is very low. You have 8.36 million tokens in circulation. And another RWA coin is Plume. And I believe this coin is getting airdropped to Ondo holders. But be careful. This is a project that's been around for less than a month. So you don't want to go all into something this brand new. It does have a bunch of listings though, and the volume is doing great, 40 plus million on the 24-hour. That's really good. And for all of these projects, always make sure to take a look at the vesting schedules. You don't want to be buying into something that has a bunch of big unlocks coming, because then the early investors can start dumping their coins on you. So as you're buying, they're selling, and that sell pressure is going to cause the price to plummet. That's just, something that you should always keep in the back of your mind. Valuistic, then brother, I have been accumulating more cash and LCX. Can you please have a look at them? I'd really appreciate your effort. Alaikum assalam. Let's take a look at a cash. This is actually a pretty good buying point for a cash. Let's open up the chart. And let's go to the weekly. Okay, so we are dropping towards the golden ratio on the fib. That's going to be sitting at $1.56. I'm going to grab this block here, and I'm going to add this area, or highlight this area rather. So what you can see here is there's a lot of confluence in this area between $2.20 all the way down to $1.50. We had a back test of support back in 2021, a bunch of back tests of resistance that same year, and then in January 2022, we had a few back tests of support, then another resistance back test, another resistance back test, and then you were testing this area as support once again here in 2024, and now you're dipping into that range. So there's a lot of, this would be at the moment, this would be your supply zone. So hopefully you can start accumulating AKT tokens in this range. And as long as we hold, I would say if we lose this area here, so the local top from August 2023, that's going to be quite negative. So we want to maintain this uptrend that we've been in. We don't want to lose a lot of support levels. So holding $1 and, oops, that was not intentional. So holding $1.45 is going to be very important for us. We did retest this local top. Actually, if we readjust the fib a little bit to the weekly, because I think it was set up on the daily, that's why it was a little bit off. So yeah, right now we're retesting the golden ratio here. The all-time high is just past $8. The candle closure was at $7.12, which we have retested technically here in April. And from there, we've been on a massive move to the downside, 77% down. Usually when you're past 50%, it's a good time to start dollar cost averaging. So 77% is just an amazing opportunity to buy more cash, and hopefully the golden ratio will hold. Below that, you have the 0.5, which I would say is going to be your last kind of support before you start considering a more bearish scenario. So we had a back test of support from this area back in February 2022, and this was a resistance back in October 2023. So there is some confluence at $1.14-ish. Hopefully, if we do drop down there, it's going to be a very quick wick to the downside with a quick subsequent recovery. But overall, Akash's chart is extremely bullish. This is doing way better than a lot of the big layer ones. Hello, Elorm. How are you doing? Great to have you as always. And thank you all for joining the live stream. Feel free to send in your altcoin. We're going to take a look at a few if we still have some time remaining. And we try to focus on 1 coin per person, so 1 coin per request. And I want to jump into the tweets here that I wanted to take a look at. Obviously, all of you probably saw the Libra meme coin scandal. So Argentina's president, Javier Milei, charged with fraud over Libra token scandal. And rightfully so. I think a president shouldn't be involved in meme coins. It's actually crazy that something like this is allowed in the States, because it doesn't befit a president to launch a meme coin and then have it dump, 50+%. And it's just something that is mind-boggling to me personally, right? And it's not about supporting him or not supporting him. It's simply about an objective, rule or standard we should have for presidents. And this sets a precedent, right, for other countries. And look at Argentina already getting involved with meme coins. And I think we'll be seeing more of the same happening, where we have government officials pumping meme coins and then dumping on their, on the people buying in. Because just like people bought in to this coin, and this dumped like 99%, I'm pretty sure. Trump's coin is also on a pretty significant correction, but it hasn't gone down 99%, which is good. But I think they're going to keep that, and they're going to keep using it. They're going to keep using it for whatever they want to use it for. Hold on. I think this is not the newest chart we have, or not the oldest chart. Official Trump. I think this should be the one. Yeah. So look, we were sitting at $75 and we're down 82%. In February, we were down 82%. So like, this shouldn't be happening is my point. And I don't think he's going to get anything for it. I don't think nothing's going to happen to Javier because of this whole scandal. That's my opinion. I would like for him to obviously go through in a legal matter with this and with this charge and settle it through court, but I don't think much is going to come from this. Moving up, Texas Senate to hold public hearing on February 18th to discuss strategic Bitcoin reserve bill. Yesterday in the live stream, I showed you there's 20 plus states that have already started their paperwork on implementing a Bitcoin reserve. Texas is the latest one. And I think that Texas was the big one that everyone was waiting for, because Texas's GDP is like the 8th in the world, I believe. Let's quickly look this up. 9th largest in the world if it were considered a country, which is insane. 2.7 trillion in 2024. So Texas getting a Bitcoin reserve would be huge. And once the US government does it on a federal level, I think that will kick off a chain reaction where a lot of other countries are going to be doing the same thing. The Czech Republic seemingly started this process. We'll see what comes of that. But Europe generally isn't very keen on implementing anything regarding crypto because they don't like to move ahead as quickly as everyone else is what I'm getting. Next up from Bitcoin Magazine, we have the Bitwise CEO says this year we are going to see more nation states buying. And a lot of rumors are already circulating that some of the Arab Gulf nations have been buying, countries like UAE, Qatar, and maybe Bahrain, we'll see. But once those countries announce that they've bought, the price will surge. The reason they're keeping it a secret at the moment is because they want to keep buying while the price is, at whatever level they deem to be good to buy. And then after they announce that, they're going to do it when they're done purchasing Bitcoin and when they're essentially going to get ready to start selling or taking some profits, if that's what they're planning to do, of course. But this is, this is just confirming what everyone has been speculating about. There's this Mr. 100 wallet that has been buying 100 Bitcoin on a constant basis. And people are speculating that that is potentially the UAE. But again, we'll see. This just came in from Bitcoin Magazine as well. $725 billion. Bernstein says US Bitcoin reserve will lead to a race among other nations to buy Bitcoin. This is just what we spoke about a second ago. I think it will kick off a massive chain reaction that at some point is going to stop, or like this hype is going to run out, or it's going to start to cool off a little bit because it can't keep up this way forever, right? There's something's going to come where we have a massive crash, guys. This is just the way it's going to happen. It gets to a point, to such a bullish point, where you think, wow, this is never crashing down. We had that back in 2021. And we had those massive crashes. And something like this guy could definitely drop the markets. Or a guy like him in his position could do something with crypto. And if it turns out to be a massive scandal, it could affect the markets in a massive, massive way. Or anything to do with strategy or MicroStrategy, whatever you want to call it. If anything happens to that in a few months, in 6 months, right? God forbid. But I'm just saying that if things were to go wrong with MicroStrategy, it is so intertwined with Bitcoin and crypto at this point that it would affect the crypto market. So don't think we can't have a Bitcoin crash or a bear market simply because states are buying. And for Bitcoin, it would definitely mean that we're not going to be seeing as strong of a bear market as we've seen before, but for altcoins, it's still going to be a 95 to 99% correction across the board. And this is the chart that I showed you yesterday, guys, for Ethereum and the market cap of Bitcoin dominance. So once the dominance of Bitcoin is in this supply zone, okay, and once the Ethereum against Bitcoin chart is in the demand zone, we tend to see an all season. This is what happened last time in 2021, and this is what we're going to be expecting this time around. Hopefully, it will play out this exact way. Obviously, history doesn't repeat itself, but it does rhyme very often. If we go to the Ethereum chart here, and we go to the daily, Ethereum is seemingly, right, you have this wick above the 20. This candle is already 7.5%. We have to start breaking above the 20 EMA on the daily chart. And then you have to start attacking this resistance over here. So at $3,065, that's going to be your first major level to break through, because we've held that as support back in November last year and once again in January 2025, okay? And if we assume this was our bottom, you're going to be looking at the 0.618 at $3,416. So even if you're not super bullish on Ethereum, there's a possibility we're going to see another 23% to the upside before we continue this downtrend. So you could potentially argue that you're going to see a move to the golden ratio, and from there, the continuation of this downward spiral, which some are saying is going to come to an end. If we zoom out to the the weekly chart, we are in our wave 5. And we want to be holding our wave 4 here. So this is our wave 4, and wave 5 will potentially take us past the all-time high, past $4,700, or it was, I think, 4,800-ish. And some people are expecting 10,000. I think that's not going to happen. But I do think 6 to 7,000 is definitely possible. So this second fib level is sitting at $6,711 off of this fractal that I just showed you. So the low here from February to the top in December 2024, we get a 5.5 grand 1.618 target, and the second fib level is at 6,700 for Ethereum. Okay, so a lot of people are asking about LCX. We're going to take a look at LCX right now, guys. Thank you for the requests. And Elorm, thoughts on Pi Network being mining it on my phone for about 5 years, Binance about to list it. I remember doing that back in 2021, but I just stopped after a certain point. To be honest, I don't think it's going to do much. This is just my opinion, but there we go. So that is the Pi Network. So we're getting a listing on February 19th. And what I think is going to happen is that you won't be able to sell all of your coins immediately. Look at the max supply, 100 billion tokens. I don't think this is going to be doing the life-changing gains for you that you may be expecting, unfortunately. But we'll see. Hopefully it does well, and hopefully you're able to make some good money. But I was not staking, but mining it on my phone a long time ago, and I don't have, I'm not doing it anymore. So I don't even know where those coins are. Actually, I think if I download the app, I might be able to get them back, but we'll see. Yeah, essentially they just made you mine coins for years, and now they're finally getting listed on centralized exchanges. At least from what I can see here, they're getting listed on OKX on February 19th, but Elorm is saying we're getting a Binance listing as well. So we'll see. And last but not least, we have LCX. Okay, so it's pumping. That's why people are asking about this coin. So did something happen? Did something happen with LCX? So we have Coinbase listing with no Binance though. Kraken. Okay. Let's open up the price action chart. I think I might have it here. There we go. Let me remove all of that. Okay, so the chart actually looks very good, if I'm being honest. So we have some sort of a channel up pattern here. So we ran into the resistance back in December 2024. And this is the weekly. Hi, Hazik. LCX is a very regulated RWA coin exchange based in Liechtenstein in Switzerland. Liechtenstein. I think that's the proper way to say it, but I might be wrong. The holders are increasing day by day, brother. Yeah, so essentially there is a lot of resistance in this 42 cents range, 40 to 42 cents. And hopefully we can break that in order to start moving up. I would be looking at $2 as an optimal target. So 872%, almost a 10x. You're looking at almost a 10x to the 1.618. The RSI has dropped down significantly from the overbought, so that's a good thing. You're below the 20 EMA. So in my opinion, this is a good time to be buying. Not financial advice, of course. Yes, we did go up over the past 24 hours, just 26%, but in the grand scheme of things, you're still quite a bit away from the all-time high there, almost a 3x to the all-time high. So you're looking at a good at least 10x, in my opinion, for this narrative coin, because RWA is going to be doing very good. Essentially 950 million max supply, around 750 is already in circulation. Yeah, so 771, and that is about 81%, which is pretty good. That is pretty good. And if we get a Binance listing, this could definitely pump even more. So thanks for that, RWA coin. Chart looks great. It has gone through half of the previous cycle, so I wouldn't consider it a legacy coin. So this person is saying top 100 holders all hold only LCX and have almost no transaction history. Monthly, because they're smart. I mean, yeah, I'll definitely have to look into this more. Break this trend, a new all-time high. Okay. I really appreciate your honest look, brother. Yeah, so as long as there's nothing shady about the team, this is definitely a good narrative to be getting into, especially if it has ties to Liechtenstein and Switzerland. Like Switzerland is very secure. Monty is the CEO. Yeah, so they're saying the CEO is hiding or something like that, but we'll see. It is in my watch list, so I'll let's take a look at their website just quickly, and we'll be wrapping up. So you have to create an account here. So it's not like with a wallet. You have to actually create an account because, yeah, it's an exchange. So partners, Polkadot, Coinbase, Cardano, Icon, Cello, Hedera. I mean, yeah, big names across the board. View all partners and ecosystem. So yeah, look at these names. These are big names here. Yeah, definitely a solid project. It's just that you want to be sure that you're bullish on it and you think this can be a big thing, but we'll see. They have big ties with World Economic Forum. Okay, well, we're not going to mention the WEF too much. But thank you all for joining the live stream. If you're watching this as a recording, make sure to leave a like and leave a comment below. We do read those, and if you have any suggestions for the next live stream, definitely let me know. Thank you all for watching. Stay safe, everyone, and goodbye.